everybody. I'm Lance Roberts, and welcome to Broadway's Calling. Every week, we pull back the curtain and find out how your favorite Broadway stars finally got the call to be in their very first Broadway show. Now, it only happens once, but every star has a story, and we are bound and determined to find out what that story is. My guest today is my good friend, Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer. She's been my ex-wife, she's been my co-worker's wife, and she's been Ray Romano's wife. All of those shows. It's not because she's a bigamist, it's just that she's one of the most versatile performers working on stage and screen today. I'm talking Hairspray, Elf, Legally Blonde, Beetlejuice, where she was in when we had to shut Broadway down, playing Delia, and Miss Argentina. Unfortunately, her run got cut short and they didn't get to really do their entire run at the Winter Garden, but we're going to give her a proper send-off today. So stick around as she shares her stories about how she creates so many characters and how she finally got that call to finally be on Broadway. Now, our show is brought to you live and in color. Look at all the color. There's so much color. I got these purple lights coming out of my back of my head. I look like Hades from Hercules, or I don't know, or something. But you know, we're live and in color, and anything can happen. Our stars can say anything, they can do anything, like when Wayne Brady just came on and just improvised a song, or Ben Fankhauser just had his piano and he started singing. So we never know what our Broadway stars are going to do. We never know what the internet is going to do. But luckily for us, we have a great tech producer and Miss Julie Garnier all the way in California who can just, like Samantha from Bewitched, fly on in and just fly on in. And there she is. There she is.
You wiggled your nose, sir?
Yes, I did. I said, so it's like I wiggled my nose. Well, actually, I hear that it's like so hot there in California right now.
We are sweltering in place right now. It is not cute. It is really hot here in California.
But you look cute. Your hair is like blowing like Beyonce right there.
I have one of these fancy little like portable air conditioners literally pointed at my face.
Well, that's what Beyonce does. And this is the week of her birthday, so you're allowed to be Beyonce. Everyone should just walk around with a fan in front of them. Yes, that's what you should do. It's like, it would be great. So as you bail us out of our tech jam, if we get into a tech jam, you'll be looking like Beyonce and looking fantastic. It should be great.
Fabulous while I'm fixing
Well, Julie,
your plumber could do that. Like your plumber shows up and just looks like amazing hair blowing in the wind, and you're like, "Wow, that's an."
Absolutely, they should always look like that. They should come with the fan. I'm going to call that the Beyonce fan that you have. You know what I'm saying? Well, we need some fans. Not only the Beyonce fans, but we need fans. But we call them patrons, and to be part of it, it's sort of like a crowdfunding where it's like, if you enjoy the show, you can just become a patron on patreon.com right here. For $12? That's all? $12 a month. But this time, if you join right now, we have something special because Halloween, we don't know if we'll be able to get out and gather, but it doesn't mean that we can't partay. So there's a show that I did at 54 Below back during Sandy. Right after I did Ghost, they said, "Oh, can you do a Halloween show?" And I came up with this show called Cadaverate, the Cadaverate Villains Ball, where all the wicked characters from Broadway get together. And it's like, I mean, Julie, who would you be if you were like a Broadway villain? Who would you sing?
I'd want to do Elphaba, but she's not really a villain.
Oh, well. But you can still do it.
Everyone thinks she is. So
yes, exactly.
So I would probably do Elphaba.
Okay, that sounds good. So then we'll have to have a Wicked number because those of you who don't know, Julie is not only our tech producer, but she's a diva singer. She was in Come From Away. And it's like, so I would love to hear your Elphaba. So we'll probably have numbers from like Wicked and Sweeney Todd, Phantom of the Opera, Little Shop, The Wiz, Don't Nobody Bring Me No Bad News, Little Mermaid, Damn Yankees, all of them. We'll have all of that. That'll be on October 31st. And if you are a patron at patreon.com, at least at the $12 level on up, then you get a link for free and come in your costume and we're gonna have a party, y'all. That's right. Yeah. Be there or be scared. So I hope that you all come. That's going to be a very fun event. And if you're already a patron at any level, if you already joined, you get the link no matter at what level that you joined at. So that's going to be fantastic. Right now, it's just the $12 level. And I just hope that, people come and then we'll have more perks. And this is a fun way of just getting our Broadway performers who are out of work. We get them working because they'll get paid for these shows. So Cadaver Ray will be a gig for some of our Broadway people. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to you, Julie, maybe doing a little Elphaba.
I'd be happy to, my friend.
Okay, baby, you're booked. You're booked and you're blessed. You got it.
Oh, my God. I got the call.
You got the call. Well, we'll see you at the end in our virtual green room, Julie.
Sounds good. Have a great show.
All right. Thank you. Speaking of getting the call, our guest today, Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer, was born in Manhattan, raised in Jersey, and studied at Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. But she had one of her greatest triumphs right in her very own backyard at the Paper Mill Playhouse in Millburn, New Jersey. She's a funny girl who can belt with the best of them.
Hey, Mr. Unseen, here I'll march my band out, I'll beat my drum, and if I find out you turn at that, sir, at least I didn't fake it. Hat, sir, I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my
Ladies and gentlemen, Broadway's calling Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer. Get on in here. Are you on? You can't hear me? I can't hear you either. Now I can't hear Julie.
Can you
hear me now?
Oh, yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, so for some reason see, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And then Julie saved the day. Hello. I think it was that phenomenal belting.
I mean,
it was like
I was belting and then I was like, beep. It broke my buzz.
It broke your buzz. Oh my goodness.
Right? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. It's so good to see you.
You too. My husband.
My Salome Musgrove. Salome.
We had zero fun, everybody. Zero fun.
We had zero
also,
fun.
We do not like food at all. We don't like the same food, and we certainly don't like the same seltzer.
Oh my God. Okay, we just noticed. I tell you, this is so good. This grapefruit sparkling water from Good and Gather from Target. I'm telling you, it's so refreshing. I saw Leslie drinking hers. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm. It is so good. Leslie, I was so bummed. I mean, of course, Broadway, shut down on March 12th. And then you guys at Beetlejuice, you had a run at least until at the Winter Garden until June, and then possibly move to another theater, but definitely to the Winter Garden until June, because then Music Man with Hugh Jackman was going to come in. But because of the shutdown, you didn't get your big amp up to your big finale? All the fans were like, you know, they wanted to come see it. You know, people had parties planned and everything. And yet, it just, I mean, how did you guys feel when that stopped?
Well, it was, and I might get this date wrong, but March 10th was a Tuesday, and that was our last show on Broadway, and we didn't realize it at the time. So we did our show, and then next day was our day off because we were having a new schedule. We were on a Wednesday day off schedule.
Right.
I know. So we were doing it. And then, we got the call Wednesday night that there was no show Thursday. And as everybody knows that was in shows at the time, it just every day, no show, no show, no show. And then that announcement came out officially that that Broadway shows would not be returning till at that point for June 9th, and our closing was June 6th.
Right. So we had
our last show.
I mean, it's so unfortunate. Well, we're here to celebrate you and Beetlejuice and all that it encompasses. And for those of you who didn't get to see Beetlejuice, I may have seen it, I don't know, 1 or 3 times because I love that show so hard. I just want to show you a little bit of the show. Check this out.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
It's showtime.
Welcome to a show about death.
I'm gonna need some help. Hi, I'll be your guide. I'll be your GUIDE to the other side.
Because I myself am strange and unusual.
Daylight come and you want to go.
All we wanna do is hear that sound. All we wanna do is hear that sound. Fellas!
All we wanna do is hear that sound. 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 That beautiful sound. That beautiful sound. That beautiful sound. That beautiful sound.
Shake, 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 Sonora.
Yeah! If we have any Beetlejuice fans watching, welcome to Broadway's Calling. We got your girl, Leslie Kritzer here. Oh, Leslie was the best part of Beetlejuice, Emily Nicole says. So phenomenal. Great cast, great set, lighting, direction, and choreography. Everything was so good in that show. If you are a new fan here and you're coming to visit us here at Broadway's Calling, love to hear from you. So just hit the subscribe button and then you can talk back and forth to Miss Leslie Kritzer. Yeah, hit it. And then if you really dig what's going on and you love Broadway, because we'll be here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, click that bell. Click the bell and we'll remind you. Click the bell, baby. It don't cost a thing. Right. You got to click that bell. You like what? Bell. Click that bell. Hey, click. Yeah, we got a song. Do we have to pay a royalty for that? I don't know.
It's under 10 seconds, no.
Yeah, okay, good. What's so funny is like, I came to see your show so many times, mostly because I needed to get the playbills, because each of your characters, not only you, but the other characters in the play, each had their own playbill.
I do. I have some here. I've been looking at all of this stuff because it's amazing. We had a special playbill every month.
Well, I have the one for Delia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And also Miss Argentina, who you played in the second act. I mean, I don't know. Are there any people out there who have these playbills? Because if you do, I would love for you to take pictures and like send them to us and we'll put them on another episode.
Was that Miss Argentina playbill? That was real? I never even saw that one.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I don't
See?
have that.
See? I mean, these are collectibles. I mean, because even in the show, they didn't have that many of them. So if you have them, hold on to them. Baby, you can pay off your student loans with these playbills.
Oh my God, I didn't realize this. I have t-shirts.
Right?
Oh my God, but I did not even realize that those exist, that one existed.
Isn't that crazy? So so Caroline says she has the one with Delia and Charles. Hold on to that, Caroline. I'm telling you, that's an annuity.
I have
You
Lisa.
Yeah.
I have the Beetlejuice one. I have the one with me, the one with Adam and Barbara. And there's a snake. I think the sand thing. Yeah. Miss Argentina was fan made for the playbill competition. Oh my God.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Yes. So Amanda Angel knew that information. Thank you, Amanda.
Can someone, by the way, Lance, I don't know if I told you this, I started to support the post office and also our Beetlejuice fans.
Right.
I opened a P.O. box in the area that I live in, so that Beetlejuice fans, because they were messaging us, we got fan mail from all over the world, art from all over the world, and it covered the backstage of our theater. It's still there because everything's still there. So they were really, people were tweeting us and Instagram messaging us saying, where can we send our stuff? So I said, you know what, I'm going to open a P.O. box, and anyone that wants to send me something to sign, that they didn't want to sign or want to reach out and just say hello, I opened this P.O. box, and now I get letters. The people at the post office were like, who are you? Huge things of letters, and I have my stationery here. I have my stickers.
Oh my goodness. So what's the P.O. box? We'll tell everybody and they can send stuff to you.
The P.O. box is P.O. Box 127, Maplewood, New Jersey, 07049.
Okay, so we'll text that to Julie, and then maybe she can put it up on a banner towards the end of the show. And then if people couldn't hear with the sound, with the lag, they can send you stuff. That would be phenomenal.
Yes, and if you write me a letter, just a normal letter, I send you back, I'll write you back a normal letter. If you send me playbills or stuff like that, something bigger, just include a self-addressed stamped envelope addressed to your house with the postage. It's too hard, especially now with COVID, to be standing at the post office in line and all that. You can do that for me. That would be amazing. There's just too many people. But I sent everything back. I sent a letter to New Zealand the other day.
Wow.
Scotland. So wherever you are in the world, come on and send it, and let's have some fun and support.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, you have some fun things. It's just like, this is such a great way, even though we don't have the live theater, people aren't performing on Broadway right now. There are so many great ways to interact with the Broadway stars. And this is one of the perfect ways to just sort of get closer. It's a time to get closer to your favorite Broadway stars. And it's so generous that you're doing this, and also helping the post office right now. This is like fantastic. We need the post office for a lot of things. You can't take it for granted. Those of us who live in the city, it's one thing, but our family and our friends who live in rural neighborhoods all the way out, they have to have the post office. They can't just, walk down to the Social Security office downtown. They need, the Postal Service. So this is very good. I'm so glad you're doing this. When you were playing Delia and Miss Argentina, I would hear people, talk about Miss Argentina and wonder who she was. They didn't realize that it's also, the same actress. And then the people who did figure out that it was the same actress were like, wait a minute, how did Leslie go from being Delia, then she was Miss Argentina, then she's back to Delia? Like, it was crazy how you did that. Absolutely crazy. I mean, was that crazy for you? How did that feel?
It was amazing. I mean, when we were talking about doing it, Alex Timbers, who directed Beetlejuice and who directed Lance and I and Robert Bridegroom, he's very imaginative, and I certainly am like gung ho, and we're like, we can make this work.
Uh-huh.
It took a village. It took a village to figure out how we were going to do that quick change. But also doing both was so fun.
Oh, I bet.
It was a blast. And I was like, are people going to know it's me? But most people said that they did know it was me.
Oh, okay.
But at the end of the show, I would put my final Delia costume to take my bows, and I had a sash.
That said Miss Art. It was amazing. You said,
because I was like, you know what? She needs that.
Yes, absolutely. Miss Argentina should come back. You had said that it takes a village, and I would love for the audience to see exactly your pit crew. It's sort of like the Indy 500 that got you, to dash in between characters. Check this out, y'all. Oh, man, if you're just joining us, that was Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer, star of Beetlejuice, going from two characters and the team that it took for her to do it. I mean, it was like a makeup person, a hair person, a costume person, all to get you onto the stage. And these are the people that people don't realize when Broadway shut down. They think about the actors, but all of those people are also out of work right now. So if you're giving to the Actors Fund, you are helping those people, the makeup people, the hair people, the dressers, the stage crew, the ushers, the box office people, all of them. And I mean, we're big fans of Save the Costume Industry, Leslie and I, and because there are over 50 costume houses here in New York that build and maintain the costumes for Broadway shows. And right now, there's threatened that a few of them might close down permanently because there's just no work. And so so I just wanted you to think about that. You know, like we have the patrons on patreon.com. When you are becoming a patron, we are not only doing shows that we're hiring the performers to do, we're also doing shows where we're hiring costume people and a set designer, because each of the performers in the Cadaver show will have a backdrop. And those backdrops don't just happen. We're not doing a virtual backdrop. They're going to have a real backdrop. So we're going to have someone, a set designer, do it because they're not working. You know, costume designers aren't working. Leslie worked with Tony Award winning William Ivy Long to actually design the costumes that you wore, where you jumped from Delia into Miss Argentina, which we saw. I thought you were all painted green, but he designed a costume that matched the makeup. So That's fantastic. So I just hope you think about that. Oh, there's William Ivy Long.
That was my first fitting for my dress.
Oh my goodness.
One of my first, or one of my final fittings for the dresses. And
was it the Delia dress, the black and white?
Black and white.
Because I think we have a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is total couture. That's architecture right there.
That is.
Like,
I'm not that tall. And you look very tall.
You look fantastic. I mean, that hourglass body, and then
dress women of all shapes. And it's amazing. I mean, he really does.
And then that fabric, they designed it, for that show. That's not like a fabric that existed.
The fabric, they designed it, and then all of those different black squares were all different things. One is sequins, one is leather, one is yeah, they're all different. So when the light hits, I mean, he's a genius.
Oh man, just like the only thing I know about sewing is he must have cut that on the bias.
I mean,
does that make it sound like I know what I'm talking about? I don't. I have no idea
what I'm talking about at all.
Well,
I'm like, does it look good?
Does it look good? There you go. There you go.
These little things people out there that when you're working with the best people, and Lance and I have both worked with some amazing, the slightest little thing all of a sudden makes you look taller. The thing that the hem of the suit, the taking in, all of a sudden it's like you look like a different person. Right. And they have that eye. They know the cut. They know what makes you look like $1 million. Mm-hmm. These are the people that are out of work right now, from the designers to the woman that is sewing and making the garment by hand. Right. Because they're heroes. I mean, what they do, they're specialists in it.
Mm-hmm. They really are. And I say it's pure sorcery. It's pure sorcery. I tell you. Now, you and your husband, Vadim, just performed up at the Berkshires.
My God, so much younger. Oh my God, look at that.
Oh my goodness, the two of you. But you had to do that show totally by yourself because you couldn't have help because you had to be socially distant.
Right.
Now,
the two of us, yeah.
Now, I just want to know, I mean, it's like you went up there, you did a show. Did you wear masks? Was the audience behind plastic? And did they pay you in sanitizer and toilet paper?
No, they paid us, which was very nice.
Which was great. You got a job. You're one of the working people. Thank you. Hallelujah.
I'm ordering shelves from Amazon. Today, Lance and I have shopping issues.
Oh.
You know what? Saving money. We have been saving money. We're very good with our monies.
Yeah.
So we got a call from Julie Boyd months before.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes, we got it. We got a call because she knew when our closing date was. Julie Boyd is the head of the Barrington Stage Company in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. That has really been on.
Love her.
I love her too, and she's the one that's like, I'm still going to do something. We got a call from her and said, we want you to do your own show on the main stage. This is when Beetlejuice was still running before the pandemic. Great. Pandemic hit. Oh my God. Then she's like, you know what? We're going to pull a bunch of the seats out. We're going to go through the regulations. We're still allowed to have it inside. She was all over the news, New York Times, everything. The governor of Massachusetts, as we all know, with all the governors, started making no more indoors. Got to do outdoors, no more than 100 people, no more than 50 people. So we had to get a tent outside, beautiful tent. Everyone was 2 people sitting together at a time, all socially distant, all wearing masks.
Whoa.
And it was, and they had beautiful lighting, great sound. And with that tent, Lance, it sounded like I was singing in the cathedral. I mean, it was great.
Oh, wow.
Push at all.
Yeah, a happy accident.
Right. And I did 14 songs. And get this, okay, get ready. I was supposed to do one show, right, for 100 plus people. Well, they couldn't put 100 people under the tent. So they had to make 2 shows, 50 and 50. So I had to sing 14 songs twice in one day. And I hadn't been really singing like that 6 months. Right. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but you know what? It was great to hear laughter. We were so happy that I was there. It was so great. It was just Vadim and I, and it was a great show. And we'll see what happens. And at the last minute, I said, put this graph. I had called it "Is It Over Yet?" And I titled it that way before. And then I was like, "Is this too insensitive?" But it's what we're all thinking,
Right.
And we have to laugh at some point during this. Otherwise, you have to find the humor in life always. And I said, can you just superimpose a mask on my face? Because it's hilarious.
Right, absolutely. We gotta laugh. We gotta laugh. And it's like, people in the comments, if something funny happens, I need to see lots of LOLs because we are laugh junkies.
Yeah, we are.
It's like, now, so with Leslie, have you always been like that? Like even in high school, were you doing the musicals and being funny in high school?
Oh, and I was always that way. I was always funny. I grew up always like being the ham and making jokes, and and then in high school, I grew up around where I live right now, about 30 minutes outside New Jersey, and I never auditioned professionally or whatever. I went to see shows at Paper Mill growing up. Well, yeah, it was funny. I did all the musicals. I wasn't like the star of my musicals, but I just loved doing them. I even was on crew for one of the plays.
Wow. What was your big role in high school? Like your big senior musical?
Well, the senior musical, I did not do West Side Story because I wanted to be Maria.
Oh.
It was like my year. It was like, finally, I'm going to get my due. I wanted to be Maria. They were like, "Are you sure you don't want to audition for Anita? It's like the best part. Wink, wink. We'll give it to you." And I was like, "No, I want to be Anita," because at the time I was a soprano one, and I but I was a soprano one, all-state choir, blah blah blah.
Right.
I didn't get it. My friend Joanna got it. And my friend Lauren got Anita, and I was out of the senior musical. So I learned a good lesson. Don't turn down like the best roles in musical theater when you're 17. And B,
or when you're this age. It's like if it's good, just grab it.
When you're 27.
Exactly. Yeah, 27.
27. And
plus tax.
Plus tax and tip. There's a lot of tip.
A lot of tip.
A lot of tip. A lot of tip.
Oh my goodness.
So my favorite role was Maggie in A Chorus Line. That was my sophomore year. And that hands down was one of my favorite parts and favorite shows to this day. I mean, for a ragtag group of kids, half of which never acted a day in our life after their sophomore year of high school, we were committed. We were in it. I mean, I will never forget. Everyone was perfect in their parts. We took it super seriously. I got lice from a foreign exchange student because she had a top hat. I knew it. We were like, I was like, I got lice from this girl. Whatever.
Yeah, but whatever, yeah.
Whatever. Isn't it so funny? Like, you don't hear about people getting lice anymore. When do you hear about people getting lice? It happens in high school, though. Someone in high school always gets lice. It's crazy.
A couple of my friends' kids, like in elementary school, have gotten lice a couple of times. Yeah.
You hear about adults getting lice. It's
no.
Kids.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what they do with the lice. Well, someone has asked a question, and they wanted to know if they sent a letter, do we need a self-addressed envelope as well, just without the stamps?
Just a letter saying hi, and with nothing signed or whatever, or if you have like a little piece of paper, as long as it can fit in like an envelope like this. No, you don't need to send. I send it. I'm supporting. I got my stamp collection.
Okay, good.
But if you're sending a playbill or artwork or anything like that, then you're going to need to send me with the postage.
Right, with the postage already on the envelope.
But I still got my stickers.
I love it.
I'm like, I have a reason to buy stickers.
And we always need a reason to buy stickers.
That's right.
Absolutely. So there you are. You know, you didn't get to play Maria.
Did it.
In your high school musical, but ultimately you went on, to go to CCM, Cincinnati Conservatory of Music, and then you get to New York, which, it's a bus ride away from your house, but it's still a journey. And then where were you when you finally did get the call to be on Broadway?
I was on a little break from this show called Urinetown the Musical. I was on my first national tour, playing Little Becky, understudying Little Sally. I had an audition for Hairspray, so I flew in from Houston, I think, to audition, and I was auditioning for that and the Avenue Q Replacements.
Okay.
And I found out that I booked Hairspray in my friend Erica's apartment on the Upper West Side, 96 and what was that, Columbus? That I had booked my first Broadway show. Wow.
And what did you do? Did you?
Oh my God! Screamed, cried, called my dad, called my mom. But I was in her apartment. And I'll never forget that. That was really special. And that audition, I believe, was at Chelsea Studios. It wasn't at Ripley Greer. It was at Chelsea Studios, which now, again, is no longer.
Right. They just went out of business because of the pandemic. Yeah.
And I will never forget that. It also, to this day, is the hardest show I've ever done.
This is Hairspray.
Hairspray, being in the ensemble and covering 3 other parts. That particular show was the hardest show I've ever done. It was just physically exhausting, which is why we always need to remember, especially if you're in an active, heavy ensemble show, active ensemble show, and covering parts, hardest working people.
Now, I do know that even though you're a little tiny person, and it's typically played by a female with a little bit more girth,
right.
Tracy Turnblatt, you went on for Tracy?
I did. I covered Tracy. We had like little flumpy suits that we put on. We had all the Tracy covers were smaller.
Okay.
There was a Tracy standby who looked like a Tracy Turnblatt. Basically emergency covers. So the show was really good about hiring whoever that standby was that looked exactly like Tracy Turnblatt's look. So most of us, we were smaller, but we got padded. I went on it. Oh my God! I'm totally forgetting his name right now. Why am I forgetting his name? Glasses, writer. Oh my God! I can't.
Writer from your show, from Hairspray.
Michael McKeon, I went on with.
Oh, okay. Bruce Valanche.
Bruce Valanche.
Yes.
Bruce Valanche and Michael McKeon. But Bruce Valanche was the first person I went on with. And at the end of my first show as Tracy Turnblatt, he announced to the audience this was my first time going on for the part, and they stood for me.
Oh, my goodness. They're on Broadway, center stage.
Neil Simon, center stage.
Wow. What did that feel like?
It's, you have this dream, right, as a young person. And I remind myself this, I think about this a lot. I was so fearless at 17 to pursue this unbelievably hard career, almost impossible to get these. The offers are so against you. Go to college, hit the ground running with 100% belief that someday you're going to get there. And then when you get there, you're like, I can't believe this. Like, I did it. I put it in my mind and I believed it for so long. Right. And then you get there and it's like, I did it. Like, I literally could have ended my Broadway career at Hairspray and been like, I did it. I'm going to
But you couldn't because, Harvey, wait, I'm going to say this and you will tell me exactly how to say Harvey's last name. Firestein. Steen.
Yeah.
Not Stein. Firestein. Yeah. Okay. So Harvey Firestein, he wrote Hairspray, and it's funny because he's all over Broadway. We've had so many stars, and it was like Harvey Firestein wrote this, or he wrote that, or we starred in this. But then he wrote an adaptation of A Catered Affair, which you got to do, which you you got to create this part. And I don't know if you realize this, because when I was watching, first of all, it's such a beautiful show. It's
Really?
very small, it's very quiet, but it's so beautiful. I was like moved watching it on YouTube, the little bits that I could see. But something that I noticed, because I knew the Maria story, I knew that you wanted to be Maria. But then when I was watching this, I was like, you created your own Maria.
I did. I was on that staircase in that little dress. It's almost
In
like
the white dress. There you are, singing soprano.
Singing soprano. And then we did another scene. Matt Kavanaugh and I did Never Stop Saying I Love You, which was a song later in the show. And we stood on a fire escape.
Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? Like, did you realize when you were playing that role, you're like, wait a minute, I think I'm doing Maria.
Kind of more actually, Lance, more so that you said it just now, that it kind of just dawned on me. I really never thought of that before.
Oh my goodness.
I'm serious. Like, I'm thinking about it going, wow, you're absolutely right. I have never put two and two together for real.
Yeah.
The only thing I put, the bigger thing that I always was immediate, this is so amazing I'm talking about this because that's so true, is that the reason why I went to CCM was because I followed Faith Prince's career when I was in. Well, I went to CCM. I applied there because I knew she went there. So I got in, and then years later, I was able to play her daughter. And how amazing is that? That's also cool. But the West Side Story thing, that's crazy. I never.
Yeah, it's totally. Well, a little trivia. Faith and I, how I ended up moving to California back in 1983. Faith and I were boyfriend and girlfriend in a musical called Walls. We were the kids in the musical, y'all. We were the kids, and it's like, and she's always like been like so phenomenally talented. I would love to get her on the show because her Adelaide, 1992, with Nathan Lane, Jerry Zaks directing. Nothing better.
Nothing better.
Nothing better. It's so good.
No reason to ever do that show except regionally, which I have. Wait, why touch it?
It's so that was just, it really was perfect. But okay, Catered Affair, you're creating this dramatic role. What I didn't realize that you didn't know this, but because I noticed it, I thought, oh, of course she noticed it. You got to be your Maria. But that's not the only role that you created on Broadway, because Jerry Mitchell from Hairspray, I think he took care of you because there was another show that you got to create with Legally Blonde, y'all. How are there any? I know people know Legally Blonde. I mean, we're talking Bend and Snap.
Yes.
Bend and Snap. It's just
that is Legally Blonde is the show that I had my high school fantasy. I got to live my high school fantasy, which is
in what way?
Here's my dog hears the siren.
Oh, the siren. We're in New York, y'all. I got sirens out here, dogs barking. It's live. That's what I was telling you.
It's so live that I'm plugging the computer. Hold on.
You're plugging in the computer. I love it. We are here with Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer, star of many Broadway shows, Beetlejuice, A Catered Affair, Hairspray, and of course, Legally Blonde, which we're talking about right now.
Man, cheerleader, young, tan, and I'm a cheerleader. None of those things, except being young, would describe me in high school. I was living my life. I was like, this is like the me that I always wanted to, like the of my youth.
Right.
Which was awesome. And I got to be funny. I got to create all my bits, which Lance, about.
Oh, yeah.
I love a bit.
She loves a bit, y'all.
Bits are us.
Yeah. they're business. They help to tell the story for the character. So
it's physical comedy. And
exactly.
Jerry, really, I mean, we worked on the show for a couple of years, and Harry and Nell, who wrote the show, writers of Mean Girls, as you guys know, the musical, they just trusted us, all of us, and it was just an amazing, amazing, fun time. We had a blast.
Oh, you guys did. Too much fun. Yeah, but that show it also had a great message. I thought, you were the high school girls and it sort of seemed like, like this sort of teen movie, but really it said a lot about profiling people, and it was like, Laura Bell Bundy just as Elle was perfection. Perfection, so that was fantastic. But you didn't stop there, because I have two words to say. Barbara Cook.
Don't even.
Barbara Cook. You were there with Aaron Mackey and Vanessa Williams, I'm a huge fan of, but Barbara Cook, the original Marion the Librarian, what?
The best. I mean, look at me, just my hand on Barbara Cook going, wait, stay right there, Barbara, while I'm...
Yeah. Her voice is like champagne.
What?
Her voice is like champagne to me.
Oh,
it just bubbles. It's so...
And she, she was a real broad.
Yeah.
She
wow.
Her goals.
Mm-hmm.
She liked to do her own makeup. She did people fussing with her hair. She knew who she was. She knew exactly what she did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing like sitting in a rehearsal room, the rehearsal room that we did Robert Bridegroom at 45th, where there's nowhere to stay. You're either in that room or you're in that outside room. You can't really talk too much.
Right. Or you're in the bathroom.
You're in the bathroom.
And everybody knows you're in there. Yeah.
And so we'd all sit around and watching Barbara Streisand, Barbara Cook, and Ewan Morton sing Beautiful from Sunday in the Park.
Mm-hmm.
In the rehearsal room, that's probably one of the most magical things I have ever seen.
And this was for Sondheim on Sondheim.
Sondheim.
Yeah.
And her and I really got pretty close. We talk all the time about like a variety of different things. And then, one day I actually went up to her dressing room and I said, Barbara, were there ever days that you want to quit? And she's very open about her history. She wrote a book. If anyone else wants to read it, it's an excellent book. And she goes, you know what? Sometimes, Leslie, she looked at me right in the mirror. She was doing her makeup. She goes, sometimes it's just about doing the gig.
Wow.
Sometimes it's not about the best things and the this and the that. Sometimes you got to do the gig. And that's the thing too. And Lance, you know this, like shows are awesome. We love them. And they turn into a job. A job, yes. Show up, you do the thing. It's not always easy. We make it magical for every show for people that are coming. We try to do that. But it is a job and it is very hard. And to see her say that to me in such an honest way as a colleague, not just the book, as a colleague, right? Was unbelievable, and everybody came to see her. Can I tell you that I body slammed Hugh Jackman the staircase because he was running up so quick? I came around the corner, was like, "Boo!" Hugh Jackman, Barbara Streisand, everybody was Barbara. Everybody. Yes. Elaine Stritch barged into my room one day. I was half naked. I barely had any my clothes on. She was like, "You were fabulous." I mean, and then Sondheim himself, who was, I'm so grateful that I got to work with him. Every second with him was amazing. He rewrote some lyrics to Farley for that particular, review for Sondheim and Sondheim. We got to go to his house and sit at his piano. I mean, come on. Yeah, this is part of history. It that actually goes back to your West Side Story. I mean, Sondheim. It's like and full circle, you wrote that. P.S. during a catered affair. Yeah. I just this. I don't know. Like, I forget things. I auditioned for the revival of West Side. Matt Cavanaugh was auditioning for Tony, and I had a premonition. I was like, Matt, you're going to be Tony. I know it. I know you're going to be Tony, which of course he'd become Tony. But I auditioned for West Side. And I was doing catered affair. So I felt as close to Maria as I was ever going to feel. That in my head, even though I didn't put two and two together, that actually I was basically being like that for a character in the show. But anyway, I found the end. And I sang for Jerome, Arthur Lawrence. And I sang for the entire team, and Sondheim was there. And that was the first time he had heard me sing. And he told me later that the reason why, besides James Lapine hiring me too, always remembered me from that audition.
See?
And that's it's always connected. It's just
right.
crazy.
Like when people think they don't get a job, they think, "Oh, I blew it." But it's like it's a accumulation. It's like you have to just keep going. At least hit it to first base. It still helps you to get around to home sooner or later.
Yeah, I'll show you this quickly. I just hung these up in my office.
Uh-huh. What are those? I can't see
So,
them.
So this, I don't know if you can see this, but it
Oh
says,
yeah, keep showing up. Oh,
I have a
beautiful.
quote from Miss Catherine O'Hara.
Uh-huh. Who someone wanted to know what it was like to meet her when she came to see.
Oh, I will tell you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my idol,
Carol Burnett, which you remind me of so much. I mean, working with you, I feel like, okay, I've worked with Carol Burnett. I'm like Harvey Korman to your Carol.
Well, and let me tell you something, Lance.
What?
If there's ever a world in which I could ever do something like that, you're coming with me. Because
Thank you.
And I, come on, you, me, a bunch of other people, like that's, for me, comedy with a great group of people.
Yeah.
That is the best. That's what I love the most. I love a group situation, and just
it's like,
I'm sorry, just to answer the question really quick with Catherine, she was amazing. She was so humble. She's so tall.
oh, really?
So tall. And she was like, "You are amazing. You're so much better than me." I was like, "I'm going to die now." And I'm going to die.
Yeah. Catherine O'Hara.
She was unbelievable. Anyway, so go ahead. What were you saying?
No, you were just talking about working with the group, and I just remember like we've done a couple of shows together, Robert Bridegroom, but the one where like I could stand back and really watch you was when we did the Honeymooners out at Paper Mill. Yeah. And it was a musical version of the classic television show. And there you were with Michael McGraw and Michael Mastro and your former co-star from Legally Blonde, Laura Bell Bundy as Trixie. So you were Alice crammed in, and then just watching you guys work together, and it's like there was their impersonation of the iconic characters, but then there were the actors really saying, well, how do we just tell this story that's on the page beyond the impersonation? So I got to watch that, and then watching you with Robert Bridegroom. Oh my goodness! Just you, it's like you. Michael McGraw is also like that, and my friend Joe Hart from My Fair Lady. Talk about fearless people who will just throw themselves around a stage until they like hurt themselves. It's like
a slow motion video that someone on our crew.
Yes.
Take a video of me flipping over the table. I should have sent that to you. But
I remember that. That was so.
Broke my back.
You did. I mean, you're like, but there's no stopping you. People, I'm telling you, if you see that Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer is in a show, you know you are going to be entertained. Even if it's a drama, you're going to be entertained. I'm telling you, she will do whatever it takes. Wait, you'll see a look. Watching this video of Robert Bridegroom, you will see her flip over the table.
But when Jamie Lockhart to Stephen ain't the same, it's a finagling, angling game. So I guess it's just my fate to always be first rate, to outfox all them others by a mile. I'll hit that rich man's farm and ladle out the time. And I promise you, oh yes, I promise you, I guarantee to you I still will
Oh, crazy.
Why don't we do that show again?
Well, it's interesting you said that, but because there was talk about us going to Broadway, but at the time, Broadway was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But now when we go back, the shows aren't going to be as big because
the parking lot.
I'm telling you, yeah, but it's the backstage. So I think a show like this, now producers are going to be looking for smaller shows to say, oh, we can do this because we don't have that many moving parts backstage, not that many stage crew people, and there is a socially distant version that you can do of this show to keep us sort of away. I'm saying that if Alex Timbers is watching, or Daryl Roth, one of our producers. See,
right now.
You're texting right now.
Text him and say, wait, I am.
I'm just saying we are available to do Robber Bridegroom, and if you guys are enjoying any of this craziness that is happening with Leslie or any of our Broadway performers, really consider becoming a patron, because that will help us. I mean, at patreon.com/Broadway's Calling, it really will help us, just to keep bringing entertainment. We're going to figure out how to bring entertainment to you, and we can work together. We can do this.
$12 a month?
$12 a month. It's nothing.
And you get access to people. Oh, I love it. I think this is a great idea.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's like, and you'll like we'll do like little trivia moments. Like there's one that I thought of, like you and Rob McClure were in Beetlejuice together, but I wanted to know if any of the fans out there knew of another Broadway show that Leslie and Rob McClure also starred in on Broadway. If anybody, I'll give you a couple of clues. I'll tell you, it was at the theater that Frozen was in, the St. James. The second clue would be Leslie was his right-hand man. Wink, wink.
You're so good at this.
And then I can tell you that Rob McClure was a bottom.
I think we got an answer.
What? Who said it?
Amanda Angel.
Yeah, Amanda Angel writes something rotten. I didn't even have to say that he was Nick Bottom. Yes, Amanda Angel. Yes, you are a winner. That is amazing. Amazing. What are you? Oh, who is that? Who is that?
Nellie.
Did you say Nellie?
Ellie.
Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Oh, Ellie is adorable. I love dogs on the show. It's like I am this close to getting a dog. I want a dog so badly. Look at that face.
Oh, she's so tight. Oh, and she said, yep, she loves the camera girl.
Look at her. All right, Ellie.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll sit right here and just sit with me.
I love Ellie. I love it. Hey, and if you guys are enjoying yourself, please subscribe and of course hit the bell. But subscribe. It's good because that tells me that people love the Broadway content. They love the stars that we're bringing on, and I'll just keep doing it. I'll keep doing it every Sunday, and we'll bring the Halloween show. Cadaver Ray, Villain's Ball. We'll just make sure that we just keep the fun going on. We don't want to, just because we're on pause doesn't mean we have to stop.
How many
right?
shows have you done, Lance?
I think you're lucky number 7.
And this is a blast. This is so fun.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And you're such a good host, and I love it. It makes me happy.
Oh, good. You know what would make me happy?
What?
And now that I have you on camera, it's like, I love doing this to people because then they can't say no. We were talking about Cadaver Ray, and Julie is already, she has to do Wicked. I was just thinking, Sweeney Todd, what a Mrs. Lovett you would be.
I was supposed to do it this summer.
What? Where?
At the Muni.
At the Muni? Oh my goodness. Well,
Full orchestra.
Well, we can still make it happen. The 12,000 people who were supposed to see you at the Muni, I think they can just all tune in and watch you October 31st.
Which one?
Which one?
Which one? By the sea. No.
Mr. Todd. Pie shop.
U.S. Lance.
Huh?
You could do the pies, the worst pies in London.
In London.
The duet.
We could. Worst pies in London. At last, my arm is complete.
Yes.
I mean, well, hey, Chuck was Sweeney Todd in The Prince of Broadway. I guess I could do it now too, you know.
Of course you can.
You know.
Your dark side.
Oh my God. Well, hey, listen, it's like I was Jafar for 7.5 years, which I see that there are some Disney fans here, and thank you for the shout outs. It was 10 years ago that I ended being Jafar out at California Adventure after 7.5 years. And so thanks for the Disney people who, you know, showed up and like watching the broadcast today. I appreciate that. But yeah, that reminds me, I do have a little dark side, although I like to say Jafar wasn't evil, he was misunderstood.
They always are.
They are, because Benjamin, Sweeney Todd, he really wasn't. He was just doing something for his daughter, really.
That's
I mean, come on. I love that. So there's something to think about. I'm just like you. We're gonna think about this. Mrs. Lovett, she may live on Halloween.
Right, but to hurry.
Yes, I think so. This is fantastic. Well, you have so many characters in you, and there's no time to show them all. But luckily, there is an audition tape that I found that you did for Saturday Night Live that has a lot of your characters. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back because here's a collection of some of Leslie's creations.
Thank you.
Barack Obama, Barack Obama, Barack Obama, Obama. Yeah, I mean, I think we need a fashion icon. Like, I think we need that, especially with the recession. I mean, people need to know they need to buy clothes. You know, like clothes make a person. Like it's important. Like, people need to look at the president's wife and be like, she's shutting it down in the White House. You know, my mom and I were talking, and this is the first time that I'm talking about this, but I'm actually putting out an album of my own called Northern Lights, the Bristol Pale and Lullaby album, and it's really great. And my new single is called I Had No Choice But to Have You. You ain't got to lie, Obama. You ain't got to lie, Obama. Whoa. I think, you know what, personally, I think Michelle's shady. Barack Obama. Hold on.
And what I'd like to say is that I didn't even know Barack was black. You know, I thought he was just a very handsome guy that happened to be tan. And the Barack Obama was like, you know, German or something. Did you think that?
I think McCain should win, and I'm just saying that because it's not like I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I just think that McCain reminds me of someone I know. I had no choice but to have you, baby Jesus.
Bravo.
Wait, baby Jesus, I hear the wolves calling. I just want to let you guys know this. That video, all of those characters were done in one day.
Wow.
With two of my friends, Kimmy, my friend Jared, and my friend Aaron, who filmed all of it. Totally renegade style. Like, the lighting was like a lamp with no shade.
Wow.
I had all my costumes out because Saturday Night Live was looking for new people, and they needed it in like 48 hours. I never got a call back or anything. They did like me, but that tape did a lot for me, actually.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was fantastic. You're fantastic. I thank you so much for stopping by. Have a fantastic holiday season. You know, I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to tell everybody all of the stars who are going to be on in September. But I just wanted to like wish you well and your family. absolutely. And hello to Vadim, and really have a nice, safe holiday, and have a good hot dog.
And you might be getting a delivery at some point when I go back in the city of the ice cream we want.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
We might have to have a socially distant handoff.
I think so, because ladies and gentlemen, we have found out that my favorite dessert, the banana pudding at Magnolia Bakery, is now an ice cream flavor at Van Horn's. Come on now. It's just like, it's our favorite dessert. So I cannot wait. It's a date.
It's a date. And to the person who asked the question about my wig, it was a wig in catered hair.
There we go.
That was a wig.
That was a wig. Thank you, Leslie.
Hi, Julie.
Oh man, that was so fantastic. Well, we have so many more stars coming up in September. It's like, my head is gonna, next we have Hercules' Calliope, Tony Award winner Lilius White is going to be here. And then we also have The King and I's, Jose Lana is gonna be here. Then we have Anastasia star, Christy Altamar. She's gonna be here. And if that's not enough, one of my Eliza Doolittles from My Fair Lady, Tony Award winner, Laura Benanti for Gypsy, will be here. Oh my goodness. September is just gonna be fantastic. So I hope that you come here, and if you enjoyed this, tell all your friends, tell them to watch the show. The show plays after today. It will be loaded on the youtube.com, and then you can watch it over and over. You can share it with your friends. You can tell people to go on over and watch Leslie Kritzer and be crazy. She's so funny. I mean, I can't believe it. We had such a blast during Robert Bridegroom and The Honeymooners, so it was really a special treat to see her again, and I can't wait to have some banana pudding. I didn't tell you the dates when all of these people are going to be on, because that is special information just for our patrons. So if you were a patron, you would know. So you want to join patreon.com so you can find out. Or, okay, don't tell Lance, the producer, but Lance, the host, will tell you that towards the end of each week, you can go on our Instagram and you can definitely find out who is going to be the star that week. And our Instagram is Broadway's Calling TV. So we will let you in. But you can find out immediately if you are a patron. So I really thank you all for being here. It's been a blast here, and I want everyone to have a very, very safe holiday weekend. And even though you want to hug your family, still wear your mask, still socially distance yourself until we make sure this thing is all gone. And there's Julie right there.
I just wanted to quickly pop in because I wanted to give everybody Leslie's P.O. box.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
So there's the address right there. It's P.O. Box 127, Maplewood, New Jersey, 07040. And
that's fantastic.
She will happily sign anything you send. Just make sure you self-addressed another envelope so she can send it back to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You. Well, I will see you in the virtual green room, Julie. And for all of you, stay safe, stay connected, and keep a little Broadway in your life. I'm Lance Roberts. Later.